What the fuck is up, my britches? If you're new here, hello, my name is Brittany, and today we're here to talk about my October favorites. I'm just gonna tell you straight up right now, if you do not want to be influenced to buy at least something today, I would steer clear of this video because I've got some of the most random shit. They've become staples in my collection, staples in my everyday life. So that's all the things that we're gonna talk about today. So if you guys like favorites videos, or if you don't, thumbs it up or thumbs it down, that's cool too. I am wearing a vast majority of these items on my face right now. Everything will be linked down below. I got you. What do I want to start with? Let's go with a hand soap, shall we? I love Bath & Body Works. I love their shower gels. I love their hand soaps. Iced lemon pound cake. Have y'all smelled this before? Cause god damn, even my husband was like, there is something so spectacular about this hand soap. The way that it smells, the way that it lingers. It smells so good. I just want to eat my fingers when I put this on. So, I mean, it's a hand soap. It cleans my hands. What else do you say about a hand soap? It just smells real good. If we know anything about Bath & Body Works, they love to give us these amazing fragrances, and then they like to discontinue them. Coconut Lime Verbena, RIP. Next, Let Me Sleep. I know these are available at Ulta, Target. I never thought these would work. First of all, I'm not somebody that typically throws money at the Kardashians, because this is Kourtney Kardashian's brand, I'm pretty sure. I don't usually love sleep aids. Like, I come from working overnights. I used to work swing shift. I would always take melatonin. Like, anything that could put me to sleep, I was always down to try it, but I always felt like I slept worse. I slept and I would sleep throughout the entire night, but I would wake up feeling like I got maybe 1 hour of sleep. I don't know if this is like a placebo effect. All I'm saying is this has been one thing that it helps me go to sleep, and it doesn't make me feel groggy the next day. It takes me about like 15-20 minutes to get from my work to my house. As I'm getting in my car, I'll pop 2 of these, chew them on the way home. I'll get home, I'll wash my face, I'll get ready for bed. By the time I'm ready to crawl in bed, boom, lights out. That's not normal. I don't know, like, this has significantly helped me sleep. Try it at your own risk. Let's go to some skincare. Let's do the Philosophy Micro Delivery Exfoliating Daily Facial Wash. So I got this when it was on sale during the 21 Days of Beauty. I think it was half off. So I was like, all right, I know Philosophy has really great products. Let me try it. I love this stuff, especially because I have textured skin. I have tried several different products. I've tried the serums. I've tried all that shit. Nothing has been as effective as one, I'm gonna say the Paula's Choice BHA Liquid Exfoliant, and also this. This is definitely more abrasive if you're somebody that has really sensitive skin, because I feel like you can even hear it. It's gritty. This, I was like, all right, this is probably gonna be way too harsh for me to use on a daily basis. For some odd reason, it's not. It works really great, especially for if I'm double cleansing. This will get all of my makeup off after I've done my cleansing oil. And because it's exfoliating, it just feels like it deeply cleans my skin. Love it. It was even better that I got it for 50% off, and I would repurchase that at full price, so there's that. Let's move on to hair stuff. I feel like I cannot get past this like slick back look, one, because it's so easy, and some days the last thing that I want to do is style my hair. So I have, ever since I started using this, everybody always asks me, like, how do I get my slick back to not move? And I have very minimal flyaways. My hair doesn't look crunchy. I haven't mastered it because I feel like other people do this significantly better than me. But I feel like since I've been using this in my routine, this is the Color Wow Dream Cocktail Coconut-Infused leave-in smoothing treatment. So I was using a gel, then I was using like a smoothing balm, but this one I like because, one, I like the scent. I love a coconut scent, but I also love the fact that this doesn't give me those weird textures on my hair. It perfectly gets everything down, and it's light enough because it's like a creamy texture. If anything, I would compare it to almost like a serum lotion. That's the overall texture I feel like this has. I use these 2 brushes right here and call it Gucci because I ain't trying to be doing something overcomplicated with my hair. Next thing, you guys know I'm obsessed with all things Beauty and the Beast, and I was always that person where I'm like, nothing is gonna ever beat out a wet brush. Love the wet brush, would still highly recommend it, until I got an unbrush. I got this off TikTok Shop. I swear, TikTok Shop knows how to get me with advertisements. It's so lightweight, like it feels cheap. But the way that this glides through my hair is incredible. And I'm gonna talk about my next product. As you feel this, you're like, there ain't no way this is gonna do anything for your hair. If anything, I thought this would be really abrasive on my scalp. It's not. Like, this works so good. And now I'm gonna talk about my next thing. You guys love it when my hair looks like this. And I have not ever gotten so many compliments on my hair until I went back to my natural color. With that, since clearly that's not all my real hair, I gotta tell you guys about these extensions. If I recommended anything in this video, it's gonna be these. And this was one of the things that I'm thinking about when I'm telling you guys, if you don't want to be influenced to buy something, these are amazing. And they're from Amazon. So as you can see, like, these are snarly. That just blazed right through it. So in this pack that I got, so I think they retailed for like 130 bucks. I bought these for my vow renewal. I wore these last night. So they're a little tangly, but it's like, boom. Brushes real quick, gets the snarls out. I feel like I'm on like a QVC commercial right now. Or, you know, the booths that are at the fair? That's what I feel like I'm doing right now. These, you get 2 singles, 2 double clips, 1 5 clip, and 2 4 clips. It looks incredible. And let me tell you what, my hairdresser fucking nailed it with this match. It looks so good. As you guys saw, you guys are always telling me how good my hair looks. If you ever watch my videos and I have long hair, it's these. And these last. Like, I've definitely had some shedding. So, like, when I brush them, you can clearly see, like, the hair does fall out. But I love how easy these are to use. I will say the one thing that if you're not familiar with wearing clip-ins or hair extensions, you really do have to take care of them. So you have to do the hair masks. You have to treat this hair better than your actual hair. They're fantastic. I think they're worth every penny. But I think that was everything for, like, my miscellaneous bullshit. But you guys will probably be pleasantly surprised that a lot of my makeup are old favorites, or just things that, like, you see me use but I haven't really talked about them. I'm gonna start off strong with some brushes. Now, I keep telling you guys, there's this brand that a lot of people don't know about on YouTube yet. Crystal Cosmetics has literally the best synthetic brushes on the market. Point blank, period. I said what I said. There are other brands that have incredible brushes, but as soon as you try these are softer. They're crafted incredibly. The overall styles that they have, I think, are so good, especially the complexion brushes. But these are the ones that I reach for the most. So I had the pleasure of testing out 4 of them before they launched. So these have the BRIT CLARKE approval before they were even a thing. So the first one, I wasn't expecting to love this as much. So when I was testing it, I was like, okay, I like it, but I don't love it. But since owning it and incorporating it into my routine and using it and using it and using it, I find myself reaching for the K18 for my concealer. If I want a little bit more coverage, this is the one that I like. Next one, the K20. This is the powerhouse. I think this is, to me, the best brush because you could use this brush for everything. You could use it for concealer, cream contour, cream bronzer, cream blush, like anything cream liquid, this is that bitch right here. So that's the K20. Next one we have is, you saw this one probably in so many of my videos, the K32. I use this in all of my Hourglass palette videos. Any video that I'm prioritizing the face, you probably see this brush. It's just, to me, like a perfect, I'm not gonna say bronzer. I like this the most for blush, but you can use this for bronzer, blush. You could even do contour if you really want to, but this is like my ultimate cheek brush. I love it. And then I also really love the K39. So these 4 brushes are their newest brushes. But this one I like mostly for powder bronzer. It's the softness, it's the shape, it's everything about these I think is so fucking good. And then this is an older brush, the K53. I love this one for, one, if I want like an all over bronze, or if I want a finishing powder, or if I'm just trying to set my whole face really quickly. I'll take my loose powder, I'll focus it on my large pores, and then for the rest of my face, because I don't really sweat in other spots other than my T-zone, if I want just an all over dusting, this is the one that I've been using. Incredible. I will link them down below for you guys. I also have to recommend the Refer 21 brush. So this is what I would say, if you missed out on the MAC 242, this is damn near identical. It's a little bit shorter, but the shape, very, very similar. It's almost like a flat paddle. This one I really like for inner corner, brow bone highlight. Or if you want a cut crease, excellent brush right here. And then I have to mention this one. This is the highlighter brush. It's dual-ended. I'm not the biggest fan of dual-ended brushes because I can't stand storing them. There's always one side of the brush that I prefer over the other, and I prefer this side, but it's just a little bit scratchy. Like, one thing about Crystal, they ain't gonna be scratchy. They're the softest brushes ever. These, they do have a little bit of scratch to them, but I haven't really washed them, conditioned them, so I'm giving it a pass for now. But I do really like the shape of this for a highlighter brush. It's time for makeup. So an oldie but a goodie. This is one that I will never be without. The Bobbi Brown Vitamin Rich Face Base. So I started transitioning my products. So in the summertime, I like to use really dewy, not necessarily hydrating products in the summertime because my skin is completely different. Well, ever since it's gotten colder out, the heat's on, my skin gets so fucking dry. So I need to start using products that are gonna give my skin moisture. So this is one, I always come back to it every single year. This one I could easily use all year, but it's just come back into my life and I'm like, why the fuck do I stop using this? Because it's that good. And then we have this one right here. So this is one I see all over TikTok. This is the Embryolisse Lait Creme Concentrate. Basically, this is the primer that you see in every makeup artist kit. It's so insanely hydrating. Like if you have dry skin, this will change the game for you. So how I like to use this is I will apply like a thicker layer all over my skin and my skin will just drink it up. So this is gonna apply white. I don't rub it in all the way, just basically coat my entire face. And then as this sits, it's going to become translucent. And then I'll just wipe away the excess and my skin is so moisturized. Next up, I have One Size the Oil Sucker. So this is not new. If you have large pores or oily skin, this is one of the best primers I have ever found. So I have really large pores in this area right here. I'll put this on those large pore areas and down the center of my T-zone. This makes my makeup look significantly better. Like it just, it looks like it just sucks up every inch of oil on your face. Like immediately see a difference. So I recommend really make sure you shake this up when you use it. So I will apply it really quickly. I let it sit for like 2 minutes before I apply anything on top of it. Think like Peter Thomas Roth, except this to me is better because it's less finicky. Highly recommend this. I think it's amazing, especially if you have oily skin or large pores like I do. The pores are never gonna go away. They're always gonna be there, but that's one product that I can count on to minimize the appearance of my pores when I have makeup on. I have talked about this concealer a ridiculous amount of time, but it's kind of like in passing. So this is from Dalton. This was gifted to me and I initially got it and I'm like, it's gonna be another concealer, like it ain't no big deal. So it sat in my drawer for actually quite a while. I'm kind of ashamed to admit that. And then one day I just happened to remember, because I try to keep all my new makeup just right in front of me so I hopefully reach for it. So one day I just was like, all right, let's actually try this. So they sent me 2 different shades. I have the shade medium and light medium. If you've got fine lines and you want coverage, this is that bitch right here. Look, I mean, the lines are there, but you really can't see them as much as you usually can. And keep in mind, I'm pulling down on my eyes right now. One of the best concealers, like everybody talks about Natasha Denona. I feel like this is very comparable to Natasha Denona. Little bit thicker, like a tiny bit thicker, but I feel like this wears better. Now, another oldie but a goodie. I feel like this is one I hated on for a really long time where I was like, okay, it's fine, but I don't get it. And that's because my skin has never been in, I feel like, a better place than what it looks like right now. One, I'm taking a lot better care of myself than I used to. Like I'm eating not the best, but I don't eat nearly as bad as I used to. I'm drinking a lot more water. I'm going to the gym. Your girl is doing her thing over here. Compared to previous years, my skin looks considerably better. And the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, I have been reaching for this crazily. That's what I'm wearing today. I think it looks amazing. It wears really nicely. This is the foundation that it's like if you have perfect skin, it looks amazing. Like it looks like your skin but better. You could tell I'm wearing foundation, but I feel like it still looks really natural, like super, super pretty. And I just appreciate it so much more now because it's like my skin is in a better place. And I think I just overall have learned how I like to use it. So I feel like skin prep is really important when you're trying to get certain products to work. Since I'm combating everything else underneath that, it's laying beautifully on top of everything else. I didn't rave about this for a long time, and I have probably repurchased this several times because I always wanted to love it, and now I'm finally at the point where I love it. Now we're gonna get into some more fun things. Can anybody guess what's on my eyeballs right now? This has been my go-to look for months, and this is why I say this product is worth every fucking penny, whether you like it or not, and it's the Patrick Ta Eye Duo, specifically in the shade Still at the Club. It's the easiest thing to apply and it looks so put together. You could easily dress it up, dress it down. This is primarily what's on my eyeballs right now. I literally I use my fingers. You don't even need a brush. I know they're expensive, but I promise you it's worth it if there's a shade that you love. And this is one of those shades where I'm like, I cannot get enough of this. One of my absolute top recommendations at Sephora. I bought literally 4 more. Okay, let that sink in. That's how good they are. And then the other product that's on my eyes, I'm kind of cheating because This was like something I received at the end of October, but I reach for this every single day. And it's what's on the inner corner and brow bone highlight. And that is the Merit Beauty Glacé. What is it? The Solo Shadow Sheens. I think these are so incredible. They're so long lasting, like especially this shade right here on an inner corner or brow bone highlight. I also have it a little bit on the high point of my cheek, little bit on the high point of my nose. I could use this on my face and on my eyes. I love especially this shade Glacé and also Sartorial. Love these so much. These are just exactly what I look for. It's a perfect one and done. Think Tom Ford Cream and Powder Eye Color Duo, the cream formula. So similar to that. That was one of my favorite products ever. Next thing, I'm going to talk about a couple eyeliners. So this one you guys see me use all the time, the Tarte Fake Awake. So you guys already know that I'm no stranger to a nude eyeliner or a pastel eyeliner. This has quickly become my favorite nude eyeliner. A perfect amount of brightening. You know, like some nude eyeliners, they're one, super creamy, so they usually transfer off really easily. Some of them are just like a little bit too bright where it's borderline white. This to me is like a perfect color because it gives me that brightness. I think this is incredible. It's long lasting, amazing. But one of my favorite new brands for eyeliner is Sarah Creole. I think this is one of the best liners I have ever used. And especially a brown. Rich Cocoa, I believe this shade is currently sold out. Incredible. That's what's on my waterline right now. For a brown to last in my waterline is unheard of. And you do get a brush. I love how bougie this feels for being an eyeliner. You wouldn't think that that would be a thing. Feels like nice packaging, amazing quality product. So this is the Sarah Creole Creamy Kajal Longwear Liner. And they're not lying when they say longwear. Because once this dries down, it ain't going nowhere. For how good that is, not enough people talk about it. But it is sold out, so I feel like after this sale, a lot of people, you're gonna see that in recommendations videos going forward because it's incredible. Now, I wanted to use this today. I got this at probably the beginning or maybe the end of September, and I already used it up. I went through this so fast because I use this every single time I did my makeup. So this is from Make Beauty. This is the Infinite Brow Nano Pencil. One of the smallest pencils I have ever used, aside from, I think there was one from Kosas that I had that was just as small, but I like this formula better because it's a little bit creamier. Not too creamy where your eyebrows are gonna move all over, but the shade on this one was also perfect for me in the shade Cool Brown. I am a cool brown brow girl. Usually they're either black or cool toned, but too dark. Something about brown eyeliners and also brow pencils, they usually don't get it right. This is so good. And then pairing it with the Make Beauty Infinite Hold Sculpting Brow Tint. Mic drop. Like, first of all, love the packaging. Feels high-end. This shade again, I'm going to show you the shade of this. That way you could see kind of what the brow pencil color looks like. It's perfect. If you go back and watch my last video, both of these are what I'm wearing in my brows. But I swear, like, I've never gotten a ton of compliments on my eyebrows, but I have gotten a significant amount. Like, people are like, oh, who does your eyebrows? They look really good. And I'm like, it's just the brow pencil. These two were sent to me. I will be buying 2 of these at least, and I would repurchase both of these at full price. I think they're amazing. So Make Beauty, if you have any recommendations from that brand, don't be surprised if you see like a testing all the products from Make Beauty, because they've sent me a couple different things and I've been impressed with everything. So I feel like that's a brand I need to get right here with. All right, so now it's very difficult to impress me with mascaras. I feel like we know this by now because I don't have great lashes. But since using this one, you guys haven't seen me wear lashes that often, have ya? Dibs Beauty, fantastic mascara. First of all, love the fact that it has primer and mascara in one. Primer is brown. Such a small thing, but I love it. No intention on using a white primer. I just won't do it. I've had several and I don't use them. This together, it just makes sense. It works for me. So I know some people probably won't like the fact that it's like you're getting mini sizes, but I don't give a fuck. It's fantastic. So this is what the applicator looks like for the mascara. I love it. I love the formula. I love having the primer. It applies really nicely. I could layer it and it doesn't get spider lashes or anything like that. It won't budge on my lashes. And then when I'm trying to take it off, warm it up with that lukewarm water, get the oil cleanser in there, and it's just like, comes right off. Perfect mascara for somebody like me that has sensitive eyes. All right, next thing. One that I wasn't expecting to love nearly as much as I do. Miss Charlotte Tilbury launched these Instant Look in a palette. So this is the Pretty Glowing Beauty palette. When I did the initial try on, I did like the deeper version better, but I noticed I reached for this one significantly more, especially since I've gotten a little bit lighter as my tan fades. So this one is what's on my face today. Honestly, I could have done without the eyeshadows. Like, I think the eyeshadows are fine what makes this palette exceptional is the face powders. Amazing, sweetie. So do you guys remember when she launched the little heart duos? I believe this shade that I'm going to be using right now is in those. So that's why a lot of people were interested in these, because everybody lost their whole shit when it came to these setting powders. So I forgot to put this one on today, but when I tell you that these are some of the most blurring powders, not even just this one, the bronzer and also this cheek powder, they all have a blur to them. Like, I think these are some of Charlotte's absolute best powders. I think they're incredible. Like, I would buy this palette again just for the face powders. This shade right here just gives me a little bit of brightening and a little bit of blur. Phenomenal palette, and the packaging is super cute too. Like, look at the packaging. It does have almost like a pillowy top to it. I think these are so well done. So depending on what your complexion is, if you're somebody that's similar to me, the lighter version may be better, but I feel like you could still use both. Incredible. Now we're gonna finish off with lips. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the newer ones. Miss Charlotte Tilbury came out with a new shade of the Big Lip Plumpgasm. So this is what is on my lips right now. I always get compliments on this. I always bring this to work with me for some strange reason. So this one, it's just lived in my purse, but it's also new, but I love this color. So this is the newest pink one called Strawberry Chocolate. I'm a fan of more sheer glosses. I love sheer glittery glosses, but I don't want glittery glosses that feel like gritty or anything like that. So this right here, Fat, Juicy, and Wet Lips, sign me up. That's what I want. It does have a slight, I'm gonna say minty tingling sensation. So if you don't like that in your glosses, easy pass. Another one that's been living in my purse is from YSL. And just a little honorable mention, I will be getting another one of these. I love this formula, but this shade right here is so fucking good. I love it. I know that I'm gonna fly through that one, but specifically in the shade number 44, it's just, if you don't like a warming sensation in your gloss, you probably won't like this. But I love the color of this one. I love the formula. It doesn't have bigger specks, but it's got like a slight shimmer to it. So it does have a little bit of glitter in it, but you can't feel it. So shiny and juicy. So I really do love this one. Plus color 44 is just gorgeous. And then to go with YSL, I also have the YSL Love Shine. This was also in my purse. So slightly older, but I would find myself layering this with 44 on top of it. So this was like the lip cocktail that has just been chilling in my purse for probably the whole month of October. This was a relatively new one to my purse. And then in addition to my new collection, Unearthly Cosmetics. I feel like it's been a minute since we've had new Unearthly, but this has been a love since August. So Unearthly relaunched their matte liquid lipsticks, which if you remember from years ago, this was my favorite liquid lipstick formula of all time. And they brought back 4 shades, but my absolute favorite is what is on my lips right now, which is Eerie. One of the most comfortable liquid lipstick formulas because they're not super drying. This also has a slight blur effect. So when you apply this to your lips, it makes your lips look bigger, at least to me it does. It does not accent your lip lines. For a liquid lipstick, for me, that's very important. I feel like Unearthly satin liquid lips or matte liquid lips are so underrated, it's sick. If you love a liquid lip, especially if you love like funky colors, so all 4 of these are from Unearthly Cosmetics. Like I said, Eerie is my personal favorite, but this formula, if you haven't tried it, it's so good, I promise you. And then that is it for, no, that's not, I got one more. So not new, and it's mainly for the color of this one because the formula, I'm just like, it's fine. It's the color of Makeup by Mario Bronx Baby. Does anybody know a formula that's better than this that has a shade like this? Because I would love this in so many formulas. A pinky beigey brown. It's so good. I love this shade. Like I said, the formula, it's not bad by any means. It's just not one of my all-time favorites. Now I need to know, because that is all of my current favorites, at least for the month of October. My November favorites is gonna be insane because I feel like I hit the jackpot with everything that I got during this last Sephora sale, and I'm still not done. I still can't believe. I feel like these changed my life. You know what? I'm gonna take 2 of these right now because I should probably go to sleep some. And this is the other thing. Sometimes with melatonin, it makes you sleep all fucking day. These don't. I feel like these give you like a reasonable amount. Plus, these gummies taste amazing. They did send these to me, by the way. I was taking those, and I already went through the pineapple ones for down there. I was also taking the greens. They all taste so fucking good. We're not done yet, guys. Hold on. K18 Leave-In Molecular Repair Hair Mask. Another one I used to talk mad shit about until I actually started using it right. I went on vacation, and when I go on vacation, I'm a mermaid. I am in the pool all day long. And you think I'm that girl that takes my hair out of the water? Absolutely not. So when I got back from St. Lucia, yeah, my hair was straw. I could not get anything to run through my hair until I started using this. And I did run out of my Olaplex number 3. Normally that's what repairs my hair. So I did use that while I was in St. Lucia, but man, I just kicked the shit out of my hair while we were there. I came back and I used this for like 5 days straight and my hair's back in action, baby. Same thing with these. Like I was using that because I thought I was gonna have to throw out my extensions because they got so bad. I'm a maniac, especially when it comes to taking care of hair. Like, who wants to do that? I even used this on my hair extensions and it worked amazing. And then I don't even know if this is available in the United States. I got this while I was in St. Lucia because you know how when you go to the spa they always try to sell you shit that they sell? I'm obsessed. So this is from Pavonia. It's a de-aging salt mousse, papaya and pineapple, basically like body exfoliant. I love the scent. Like, you could definitely smell the pineapple papaya, but this, it's like an exfoliant, but it also feels like a shower moisturizer. I feel like when a lot of the time when I use body exfoliants, they feel more drying on the skin. This actually gives my skin moisture. Like, it feels like I put a lotion on after I use this. So I have been loving this ever since I got sold on it in St. Lucia. So thank you, Red Lane Spa. And I love the way that it smells. That's everything that I had to talk about. I would love to know what your guys' favorites were. I would love it if you guys would like the video before you guys leave, subscribe if you're new, turn on your notifications, and also follow me over on Instagram if you want to see my looks that came out like this. Keep an eye on my IG stories because that's usually where I post when I'm going live or if I get new stuff. Anything I'm testing, I post swatches. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me everywhere, okay? It's Brit Clark everywhere. I do have everything linked down below, and I will hopefully see you guys in my next one. Bye!